I think a lot of you people had heard the news about this, and basically, yeah, another sad video, and this time it happened again, this time with another actor that played one of my favorite heroes from my childhood growing up. And now he sadly passed away at the age of 49. If you guys haven't heard any of the news as of recent, Jason David Frank, aka Tommy Oliver, the original Green Ranger, the White Ranger, the Red Zeo Ranger, the Red Turbo Ranger, and the Black Dino Thunder Ranger, has sadly passed away at the age of 49. It just happened as of first Kevin Conroy, now this. I mean, I can't believe it. I'm just... It's hard for me to say. I'm trying to... I'm speechless now. I don't know what to say. I mean, wow. First Kevin Conroy, and now this. This year has been getting a lot worse than I thought. This year wasn't even a great year, if I'm being honest. This year was pretty much kind of a sad year. And we lost one of our favorite Rangers of all time, and one of the legendary Rangers of all time, Jason David Frank. And it's just, wow. I have always watched Power Rangers since I was a kid. I love watching Power Rangers for as long as I could remember. I remember watching it on Fox Kids growing up, and yeah. And when I first saw the Green Ranger for the first time, I was like, wow, that guy's super cool. And he's got like a really cool Zord, known as the Dragon Zord. And yeah, his Green Ranger powers were awesome. Tommy was like the Green Ranger to go to. He was like my favorite Green Ranger growing up. And then he became the White Ranger. And then he would later become the Red Zeo Ranger. And then the Red Turbo Ranger. Yeah, I mean, Tommy is like one of the most biggest and one of the most popular characters that I have seen throughout Power Rangers, throughout the franchise, and throughout entertainment, pop culture history, and superhero genre in general. I mean, this dude was like the ultimate Ranger. He then appeared again for like some crossovers, like how he appeared in the Forever Red crossover, and also how he made his return in Dino Thunder, this time as a mentor, mentoring the new Dino Thunder Rangers, and also becoming a Ranger again with a new uniform known as the Black Dino Thunder Ranger. And that was my favorite Ranger suit, and that was my favorite Ranger suit that Tommy has ever worn throughout the franchise. And wow, it was absolutely spectacular to see Tommy always coming back into action in the crossovers and specials. Like, for example, the Forever Red crossover, which is by far one of my favorite crossovers of all time. Seeing all previous Red Rangers teaming up and taking down a common threat that they have was pretty awesome. And I also really like about how Tommy fist bump Jason, as it was like a family reunion all together. And basically, yeah, it was like this. Well, I mean, I couldn't show you because, my camera's not on, but it was like a family reunion, like seeing your brother or probably your best friend that you haven't seen for a while, and so on and so forth. And yeah, it's just, yeah, I love Jason David Frank, and yeah, he would always be one of my favorite Power Ranger actors out there, and he was absolutely pretty cool. And he was pretty awesome, and basically, yeah, and he probably seemed to be like a pretty nice guy. I mean, he seemed to be like a pretty nice guy from what I've seen, even though I personally never really met him. I always wanted to meet him at some point, but I never got a chance, and sadly that's not going to happen anytime soon, unfortunately. But yeah, he was like a key inspiration throughout our childhoods growing up. I mean, we would wake up Saturday morning, Power Rangers would be on, and there he is, the Green Ranger and the White Ranger. That was amazing. That was fun. Those were good times. And sadly, that was taken away. Another actor that was taken away too soon. And from what I heard that Jason was going through a tough time. I heard that Jason David Frank was about to get divorced. He went through a divorce, and he has kids and all that. And basically, yeah, his whole life was going downhill a bit. But yeah, I mean, I always wanted to meet him. I never really got a chance to meet him, and I had a few friends who actually did met him at some point, and they got him to sign a box of the Black Dino Thunder Ranger for an autograph. Also asked him for some prints to sign for autographs and all that, and possibly some Funko Pops and other merchandising to sign in and basically, yeah. Also, I'm sorry for the rambling. If I'm rambling a lot, because this is, yeah. It's hard for me to collect my thoughts a bit whenever it's kind of sad, but yeah, it is sad. Whenever it's like a sad moment or anything like that, but yeah, this is sad. It's pretty sad overall, and hearing the news about Jason David Frank passed away at the age of 49 hit me really well. I don't know how to say this correctly, but I'm just speechless right now. I don't know what to say anymore other than that Tommy Oliver was like a really awesome Power Ranger. I mean, he was like the face of the Legendary Rangers, and people would always look up to Tommy, and people would always want to be Power Rangers. He's like one of the most important Rangers, and one of the most fan favorite Rangers I've seen returning outside of all the other casts. And basically, yeah. And now hearing that Mr. David Frank had passed away, yeah. I mean, I knew that he was going through some tough times, some mental problems and all that, and I also knew that he was having a rough time getting through the divorce and everything like that. I know that he had a rough time getting through a divorce and all that he had with his wife, and basically, yeah, I don't really know too much about the divorce other than that I know he was going through a hard time and everything like that, and basically, yeah. He was also really good friends with Jason. What's his name again? The guy who played Wes from Time Force. I think his name was what's his name? His name is Jason Font. Yeah, he worked with Jason Font, aka Wes from Time Force, on the legendary. On the Legendary of the White Dragon, I think. Yeah. The Legendary White Dragon. And I was hoping to see that movie. Sadly, I don't think we're ever going to get the movie. I don't think we are getting the movie. But, yeah. But it seems to be like that Jason David Frank was overall a really cool guy. And I've seen him getting some hugs. I see him signing people's autographs and all that. And basically, yeah, even though I never really personally met him. And I have met a few actors before from Power Rangers. Like I met Austin St. John, the original Red Ranger. I also met Dwayne Cameron, the Mercury Ranger from Overdrive. And basically, yeah. Although it's sad to say, never get a chance to meet him. And it's sad to see Mr. David Frank die. It's sad that he has already been taken away from us too early and everything like that. And basically, yeah. First Kevin Conroy, now this. Yeah, that is pretty sad. But while he is gone, yes, he is not forgotten. He is and always will be the legendary ranger that people will remember forever. He is and always will be the Green Ranger. He will always will be the White Ranger, the Red Zeo Ranger, the Red Turbo Ranger, and the Black Dino Thunder Ranger. And it's a shame that we're never gonna yeah, well, I don't know what to say anymore, but it's a shame that everyone who looked up to him, who dreamed of meeting him, will never get to meet him, and that dream has already been taken away. And it's also a shame that he was taken away from us too early, like Kevin Conroy. First Kevin Conroy, and now this. Rest in peace, Jason David Frank. Rest in peace. My heart goes out to the family of Jason David Frank. I'm sorry for losing a family member, a father, and a husband. May he rest in peace. Goodbye, Green Ranger. You'll always be remembered. Bye.